Yes, we'll take this in English, Karsten, because there's
Like we usually
there's
do.
actually interest outside Norway for you now.
There is?
Yeah, a little, a
Wow.
little. Okay, welcome to the last part of the official press conference for the Oslo Bislett Games. So, what are the real big names? Mr. Karsten Warholm, the world and European champion. Tomorrow, Karsten, at your home track, it's going to be the first kind of normal track and field meet with an audience of 5,000 people cheering for you. So how do you feel now, knowing that soon we're there, back to normality?
I've been waiting for this a long time, like everybody else, I guess, and I think it's very special to be able to do it in Norway as well. And I think this is probably the biggest competition in Norway since the start of the pandemic. And it's actually very funny because my indoor meet, which I host in my home place, was probably one of the last. So this will be the first, and it's always special to be running at Bislett Games, and now also in front of home crowd and having family and friends there and people that you usually have around you is going to be at the stadium. It's always special, and I'm really looking forward to it.
And not only family and friends, I mean, your mother has been working for us the last few days as a volunteer, so she's helping out for the Bislett Alliance, and you feel kind of part of the team.
Yeah. I will send you guys the check for it. Yeah, but no, it's. I think everybody's looking forward to this, and I love the sport, and I love the audience. I don't think the sport is the same without audience. So, for you guys to be able to put on this competition so quickly after you got the message that you were able to have it, I think it's fantastic, and I think it's so inspiring to see everybody wanting to help to make it happen, because this is important for many people, the fans that love track and field, and also the athletes that have been shut down for a long time.
And it's a special year, being an Olympic year. Normally it's 4 years between each Olympics. This time it's been 5.
Yeah.
It's going to be your second Olympics. The first one you were there more like a guide to learn. Now you're there to perform. So just a little bit about your plan from tomorrow, which will be the start of your season at the 400-meter hurdles. What's your plans towards the Olympics now? Take us through it.
So, as we all know, it's the last year and a half has been just change of plans. It's not been that many plans, but coming into the season, we actually thought a lot about how can we get the best way going into Tokyo, because we thought it was going to happen, and we decided to prepare like it was going to happen, and it's been difficult to travel. We wanted to get the vaccine. Now we've got the vaccine, and we feel more safe traveling. And to start it off at Bislett, doing a 400-meter hurdles, I did a 300-meter hurdles 1 month ago, and that was like a nice start for me. And now I'm really looking forward to do my favorite event, and I think it's going to be really, really, really cool. And I feel very prepared and inspired and motivated.
There's some fierce competition out there. You have an American guy that just a few days ago ran a really, really good race at the trials. Knowing that the US athletes, we had this conversation earlier today with Sam Kendricks, it doesn't really matter when you're American. You could be the biggest star of the world, but you still have to perform at the trials. And watching it yourself, or at least knowing the time he ran, there's going to be some tough competition in Tokyo, and maybe also before that.
Yeah, we love to see it, huh? This is sports, and I almost get chills, because this is why I'm in it. I'm in it to perform, and I'm in it to be up against the big guys, and I'm in it to give them a hard time. And either I win or I lose, I will always give it my all, and I will always try to be leading after 200 meters and then see what happens. This is the fun part about it, because if the medals were handed out before the competition there wouldn't be anything interesting about it. You know, you need to have these duels, these head-to-heads, and I think it's more important now than ever because our sport has just become, you know, people just looking at records, people just looking at shoes, people just looking at a light going around the track. We need to have head-to-head. We need to have the best guys meeting each other and pushing each other to the finish line because that's how our sport started. Long before people could even time the races, you know.
But as the last event tomorrow, we talking about the light, the wave light system we have at Bislett is going to be used tomorrow at the long distances. But in your race, we don't going to use any wave light. We want you to be the light.
Yeah, I'm going to try. And also tomorrow is going to be a very fun race with a lot of good athletes and an exciting talent. So it's going to be a tough fight tomorrow as well. So it's not an easy start for me.
It's not an easy start, but if you would have, if I would have been asked a few years ago, what does it take to get the ultimate Bislett Games when it comes to performance? I would have said that we need to delay the meet because we normally have it in June. It's a fact that most athletes are in shape later in the season. And we had to delay the meet from 10th of June to 1st of July due to reasons you know, COVID-19. The second thing I would have said was that we need fantastic weather, kind of like a heat wave. And that's what's coming on Thursday. So the conditions now could be kind of at Bislett once in a lifetime because it's later in the season, which means that most athletes are in better shape. We have the weather, and on top of that, we have the incredible thing that it's the first time in a few years you have an audience. And all this put together, when you go home tonight and you look forward to tomorrow, it's going to be something special.
It is, and you know, everything is at place now, and is just to enjoy it. And I think that is important as well, to, you know, feel the atmosphere and be able to, you know, get that good old feeling like I had in 2019 with the audience there, and just try to run. And I think that is important as well, not to forget that you need to have fun and enjoy the moments. And you know, we'll just see what we get when we reach the finish line.
Spoke a little bit about travel restrictions. There's been a little bit of problem to get international media into Norway, and therefore we have an online system that could have some questions, but it's not working. Okay, so then we don't have it. Is there any questions from the guys here? Yes, it is. So please.
From World Athletics, I just wondered, Karsten, if you could just talk about motivation. Does it really help when you're side by side someone like Benjamin and he's going really quickly to push you on? Does seeing him at another meet motivate you, or do you have that motivation anyway?
I think definitely it helps, and I think your competitors is what really is pushing you towards bigger things. Because if it was only me running quick times, I wouldn't need to push it any further. But with people there running fast times, that for me, I need to take a step up as well and try to, you know, do it well. But this is about the work you do before the season. You know, you can see now that Raya has been working well, some other guys has been doing their job, and now we are yet to see if I have done mine, and I think I have.
Was it exciting for you to see the 400 hurdles, both for men and women, in the spotlight so much at the US trials and what they were able to do?
It's difficult to hear you.
Oh, sorry. Was it exciting for you to see the 400 hurdles in both the men's and the women's events get such spotlight at the US trials as they did?
I was sleeping. But I have Twitter and other social media, and I was, of course, you read a little bit about it, but yeah, I think it's an event that people have slept a bit on, and that is the thing with our sport. What makes the coolest event is how the level is. And back when Steiner was jumping the high jump, the level was crazy. People love the high jump. Now I feel like it's the time of the 400-meter hurdles again, and it's been a long time.
I think that was a very good last question, because this is what I feel also as a meeting director, that suddenly the 400 meter hurdles, both men and on the women's side, is getting the attention it deserves. And it's all because some fantastic athletes on both sides are actually making it interest and getting more interesting day by day, actually. So I will stop with that and say good luck to Karsten's season opening tomorrow, and thank you.
Thank you.
Da er det noe 1-til-1, så det styrer vel